The queen's eyes gleam with excitement as she hears of the newfound riches in the New World. Gold, wealth, and power, these are things that House Torres must strive for to secure their future. The explorer's reports in hand, Queen Castora wastes no time in sending out expeditions to the Americas to claim this new wealth for herself. But as the family's attention is focused on the promises of gold and riches, a shadow looms in the east. An old enemy, long thought defeated for now, is stirring once more. House Torres must remain vigilant and ready to defend their territory and their power against any threat. And the Aegean, the Kingdom of Hellas, is slowly being rebuilt under the capable leadership of Queen Castora. But the road ahead is long and treacherous, and the family's enemies are always watching and waiting for an opportunity to strike. With their eyes set on the New World and their minds alert for danger at home, House Torres stands at a crossroad. Will they be able to seize the opportunities before them and secure their future as a powerful empire? Or will they fall to the machinations of their enemies? This is the 5th part of a House Torres mega campaign in EU4. 140,000 soldiers, 97 ships. We've got a little bit of a settlement built on the islands down in the south. Oh my, yeah, so Protestantism's taken almost all of Hungary and Bulgaria now. The rest of Europe has very little. We are holding out for the most part, but there is also reform now appearing in Western Germany. No, we're not going to fight the Papal States. Absolutely not. Well, we just lost our alliance with Hesse. They want us to go to war with the Pope, and we're not going to do that. There's always been some discrepancy between the religion actually taught and defended by the clergy and the actual faith of the people in the provinces. Most of the time, the differences are small enough that the clergy chooses to ignore them, to instead focus on reinforcing the more orthodox spiritual ideas of the people. It seems, however, that certain ideas that are quite unorthodox, if rooted in old traditions, have begun to spread together with the Catholic faith among our non-Catholic subjects. The resulting mix of old heathen ideas, particularly superstitions of the actual Catholicism itself, have been quite too much for the clergy to stomach, even as it seems to have conversion a more attractive proposition. We're not religious. If it's beneficial to us, we'd allow it, so it's fun. Our god-awful husband has died. Solomon is dead. Good. An incompetent, naive enthusiast. We will not mourn him. The discovery of the New World has heralded a new era, not only for the colonizers and the colonized, it has also led to the spread of materials and techniques, as well as a realization of the vastness of the globe. Yeah, Asia and India is really big. As animals, crop types, silver, and diseases are spread across the Atlantic, the first steps have been taken towards a truly global economy. With foreign lands and people being mapped and documented, ideas as well as religious and philosophical debate are increasingly being colored by what we have found in overseas societies. Great minds feel the need to question that what was once truth, and from Corsenza, the nature of the world is now up for debate. Nice. Did we get colonialism? The fucking Pope got it! Oh, another federation. The Chiaja Federation and then the Iroquois Federations. Folks, only us and the papacy have gone colonial. Britain, Spain, and France have all not gone colonial with their first two ideas. We can see Japan now. Oh, we can see Asia. Hell yeah. Japan is really centralized. The Hosokawa in the south, and then the Usugai in the north. The Ming surrounded by Mongols. I did add that. And the Ming also own the Spice Islands now. Oh my god, it's a colonial Ming. It's actually a colonial Ming. It seems that the Ming are not going isolationist in this timeline. They're going hyper-expansionist, economic exploration. Hosokawa went it as their first idea group. So did the Usugai, do they? I bet they have all the islands now. We're gonna have to contend the Ming and two Japans in Asia to colonize. This is still a strong Europe in this game, but it's not like in our own reality when Europe was just so much more dominant. The lookout has reported signs of dwellings, but the ship has yet to see any natives until a long last, a colonial village in Managua has been sighted. A small force disembarked and was hospitably received, something that was attributed to the natives' fascination with the men who were taller in stature than them and bearded. Goddamn right. The natives were beardless. Ha! Ha! And with some difficulty, they managed to communicate that their myths and legends foretold of a time when the bearded gods would come from the sea to visit them. Food and gold were given, which indicates that the province is prosperous and would be of great value to us. Ah, fuck. Colonialism. It seems that China is also not resistant to the appeal of thick Mongol warrior women of Vladimir. All of Europe is enthralled with them, and it seems Asia is no different. I'm going to establish a colony in the coastline that we found on that continent in Asia. Poor Castora. She is having a rough reign. Why is it all the female rulers we have the toughest fucking time? Like, all the bad stuff happens when they're in power. One of our colonial ventures has run into serious financial trouble. If no action is taken, the colonists will suffer. We'll bail them out. The Italian peninsula of the Middle Ages was divided between the fragmented north, split into numerous fiefs and city-states under the nominal sovereignty of the Holy Roman Emperor. The kingdoms of Sicily and Naples in the south, and the papal state that had jurisdiction over parts of central Italy. The 14th century was a period of consolidation for the bigger powers of Italy, especially Milan, Venice, Florence, and the Pope, who expanded their dominions over the smaller cities. The friction that arose from these expansions continued into the next century and culminated with the Lombard Wars between Milan and Venice. Oh, yeah, those are rough. Following the signing of the Peace of Lodi in 1454, a balance emerged between the 5 regional powers: the Duchy of Milan, the Republic of Venice, the Papal State, the Kingdom of Naples, and the Republic of Florence. A mutual defense pact, the Italian League, was formed between them, and the 4 decades that followed were characterized by diplomatic and military balance, overseen by Lorenzo de' Medici. Conflicts were kept small and regionalized, while the Renaissance was flourishing in the Italian centers of culture. This balance has, however, been broken in the last decade of the century, following the death of the Florentine statesman. The spark of the first Italian war was the dynastic succession of the Duchy of Milan, which was owned by the Pope in our timeline. The many wars that shaped Italian peninsula from 1494 on saw the introduction of many significant advances in military technology and tactics, including field artillery, muskets, and combined tactics. We have our first formal colony off the coast of Western Africa. Colonize in Lagos. We know very well that there's good tracts of farmable land and useful materials in the region, so we're gonna set up another trading base there. And Castora has died. Castora is dead. We now have Castora de Torres, who's 9 years old, with a advisor who is unrelated to him. Eugenia Serlupi is currently in power. A burgher regency for Castora III. She lived a good long life, and in many ways she didn't do well. She was a very good, tough ruler, but she just was dealt a very hard hand in terms of what she had to deal with in her life. So we'll put a burgher in power. Barsone Pella Vicini. Burgher loyalty equilibrium. We're gonna put one of their good old boys in power. Our brilliant Castalla inventor from Castalla has come to seek our patronage while falling out with the Empire. Idris Zirid has been described as one of the great minds of his age, producing many mechanical inventions beyond the understanding of others. Sure. We're gonna marry we're gonna betroth our current ruler, our heir, to the Hellas family. Spain, what you doing? Oh no. We still have our alliances, right? 26 heavy ships, just a reminder. The French didn't join? We were betrayed? Oh, we're gonna remember that. They actually abandoned us. Oh, wow. We are actually in a very bad position now. House Borione, we saved them, and look how they have repaid us. Unbelievable. We're gonna lose Spain proper. That land we will not be able to hold. We're not gonna even bother. We need to get our navy built up. With our galleys, we can fight them in the Mediterranean, especially alongside the Pope's fleet, which is very powerful. We need to link up with the Pope's fleet, wait for the galley reinforcements, move all our troops to North Africa and hold them at the crossing. Take that. And if we can hold them there and win the Mediterranean, we can attrition them if we get the naval victory here. So that's what we need to do. This might be where we collapse. I'm gonna be honest. We may end up having to run to the Americas. Watch as we become like House Torres controlled Sardinia and Brazil or something and go hide. Burger loans, good call. They're in control right now, so okay, we have some money to work with. I mean, yeah, the burgers literally like own our government right now, so it makes sense that they would want to try and keep things sustained. We got to figure out a way to get these heavy ships back over too. We're losing North Africa now too. We lost all our transport ships apparently. They destroyed them all. We have no way to move out these troops. This is fucking bad. We'll win or lose this navally. Like that's the deal here. We have a very good admiral at least. Oh, they're sieging out Italy. Good. That we are gonna get victories there at least. Lombardy did join the war with us. They did remain loyal. I'm gonna break through. That's what we're gonna do here. He's coming! Go, go, go! All in! Ooh, fuck. Okay, we're gonna get 2 naval actions at once. Our fleet is breaking through of our admiral in the west. We'll give him galleys for support, and we need to win this battle. This is it, folks. They got away with all their heavy ships, but we destroyed everything else. He got level-headed. Good. All right, we gotta go on a rampage here. We should win that action in the west too. Big. Fucking big. Oh fuck, we're gonna hold out there. We gotta get our fleet over there now. We've got the Pope's fleet with us. Another big one. Big. They retreated again. Oh man. All right, we've won navally so far. The Pope has invited us to attend the Council of Trent to debate the required reforms to remedy the corruption and other afflictions of the Church. The Council will discuss what constitutes Protestant heresy and consider the definition of Church teachings in the areas of Scripture and tradition, original sin, justification, sacraments, and the Eucharist of Holy Mass and the veneration of saints. It will also try to answer Protestant disputes by concerning curbs and practices that have become a stain on the Church's reputation. For instance, the frequent absenteeism of bishops and various worldly excesses of the clergy. Wow, we're reforming the Catholic faith right now, or they are. Yeah, the Counter-Reformation's begun. In the middle of this fucking war, too. We can't win on land if the Pope doesn't send forces. He is winning in North Italy, though. This is huge right now. We just need to delay them in Africa. That's all we can do. We'll go conciliatory because we got the burghers in power and we're in the influence of the Pope, so we'll do what he wants. The Pope is now in Provence. Oh God, look at those armies though. We have to start pushing. They just have so many men. We're gonna make them into a vassal for ourselves is what we'll do. Let's at least get something out of this war. Naval battle. Oh, here comes the big fleet. We actually pulled it out of port. Oh, chase it down. Pope, where's your fucking navy? Big naval battle. Oh boy. They ran, but that was a little rough. Castora is coming to age during literally this war. Oh, all of our kings do that. They always come of age in the middle of like a giant, like cataclysmic crisis death war every time. If we get this siege quick, we're in business. Here's their navy. The Pope's right on standby though. Big battle. Lose? Oh, it's so close. Oh. All right. Let's see what they want. After a battle like that, let's see what they want. RP wise, we're gonna peace. There's no way that our current government would keep this war going. As much as I would like to meta death war them to the end, this is realistically what would happen here. Oh. Things are not going well for us, are they? My gosh. King Castora, who's coming of age literally in days. He's literally about to come of age. The burghers, the Pope, have sold off our country to the Spanish. And with it, we've lost massive holdings in Spain. We have a tiny little beast left with Valencia. That's about it. Our country is in 2,500 ducats of debt. Our military has been soundly defeated, though on sea yet again we just could not lose.